of if our client is going to pass away, right? It's a matter of, you know, making sure that when the time comes, we're going to do exactly what we said we were going to do, which is deliver for their families, right? So one of the biggest things that we've came across with is making sure that we have the beneficiaries in order for every single client. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share with you guys a video, okay? That's going to go ahead and transition us into what we're going to talk about today. And while we share this video, look, I encourage you guys to go and hold on, guys. Sorry about that. I encourage you guys to, you know, I lost my train of thought, but just grab your notebooks. Okay, guys, take a lot of notes, and then here's the video. Okay, we're going to kick it off.
They have for a while.
Well, we of course pay into life insurance policies with the expectations that our loved ones will benefit when we die.
But WCCO discovered the state of Minnesota has sued several companies for not paying beneficiaries to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. Many have settled, but even more companies are pushing back, saying that they shouldn't have to pay. WCCO's Jennifer Merrily reports on how this happened and what you can do to protect your family.
Brad Hokinson enjoyed going to Gopher games with his dad, Stan.
It was sort of this guaranteed time that we could meet.
Sometimes Stan would bring up his will and insurance papers.
At the time when you're younger, let's say, a lot of it goes over your head and you go, well, that'll come up later. I don't have to worry about it.
In 2002, when his dad died, Brad was the executor of the estate, handling everything he knew about. 10 years went by before Brad learned his dad's life insurance company owed him more than $10,000.
It could have been more dire situations for us financially, but that weight was something that was a little bit off-putting.
They have been holding on to a gold mine of money that really belongs to beneficiaries.
Commissioner Mike Rothman of the Minnesota Department of Commerce was outraged to learn insurance companies knowingly didn't pay on policies.
It's unconscionable when an insurance company knows their policyholder has passed away, kept the money, and then used it for investment and not pay the beneficiaries the rightful money that they're owed.
In many cases, he says the beneficiary didn't know about the policy. The life insurance company had the name and contact information, but never contacted them, only paying out if a beneficiary filed a claim.
It's unfair, clearly. It's not their money, and so it's tantamount to theft in a way.
And are we talking about some of these recognizable names?
These are the largest brand name national insurance companies throughout the United States.
The state has settled with MetLife, John Hancock, Lincoln, Prudential, Transamerica, AXA, Jackson National, New York Life, and Voya. The Commerce Department found well over $200 million owed to Minnesotans. So far, companies have paid $143 million to beneficiaries. Another $31 million ended up with the state as unclaimed property for relatives companies couldn't reach. Other insurance companies that owe money are pushing back.
They say, you know, people haven't made claims.
Some people may need the money substantially if their loved ones die.
This experience has left Brad thinking about his own policies.
What I should be doing is making sure that all my accounts are fairly clear to my heirs so that my wife now knows where my money is and what she should be addressing when eventually I pass away.
Rothman says sharing that information is your best defense.
If you expect your insurance company to pay your beneficiaries when you die, they're not doing that. And if you know they're not doing that, you should make sure you get the information to your family, keep the policy in a safe place so that it doesn't happen to you.
Under the settlements, insurance companies are required to notify beneficiaries.
All right. So raise your hand if that was your first time watching that, guys. Just by a show of hands. Okay. So there's a lot of you on here that was the first time, right? So look, this right here, because how many of you guys want to go ahead and do what's right for the people that we sit across from? We all do, right? That's a dumb question, right? But look, sometimes we don't know what we don't know, right? And we, you know, when we first started doing this a couple of years ago, a few years ago now, okay, I remember Drusilla going out and I think she wrote like 20,000 in personal premium, you know, by doing what's right for the clients. Okay, Jasmine and I, you know, when we've gone back to this and doing this for our clients, it's a look. The holidays are here, and people right now are using that excuse like there's no tomorrow, right? Okay, so look. This is a way for you to get in the door without having to ask for permission. You have to get in the door. You have to. And when I say the door, whether it's Zoom or whether it's live, whatever your choice of preference is, guys, regardless of it, it's going to work. Okay. If you make it work. Okay. So look, one of the biggest things I always get from that video is that he's, you know, he talks about how like there's beneficiaries out there that don't know that there's, you know, that their families have a life insurance policy. And so with Primerica, that look, we weren't one of the ones that was sued, right? We weren't one of the ones that was on that, you know, that big old paper, right? But see, here's the thing. The reason why that happens, because usually when we go out and we're field training someone, we get to know their entire family, right? But then how many times do we also get a new recruit in and the only person that they help is one family? You don't get to know the rest of their families, right? So there's a ton of those clients. So the very first step that I want you guys to take with this, okay, is go to your Primerica online and get your 17-month client report, okay? If you've been here for less than 17 months, all of your clients are going to be in there. If you've been here for longer than 17 months, then go to your active client list, right?
Hey, Yesenia, I'm sorry to interrupt,
Yes.
but do you mind sharing your screen and actually going through on POL, showing them where to find those two places? Because that would be really beneficial for them.
Yeah, I could do that. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Yes, okay, good. All right, so let's go to our Primerica. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and to find your 17-month detail report, you're gonna go to My POL, you're gonna go to All Apps for Business and Client Management. Then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna go to Persistency under Monitor My Team, okay? Then from here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to 17-month detail. Okay, I'm sorry, 17-month in force, 17-month in force, okay? And then here, you're gonna pull up everybody that you have in your 17-month report. Okay, make sure you do personal. And then here, you're gonna go ahead and find everybody. So the very first thing that I would do is I would go through and I would print this out. I would print that sheet out, okay? And then, you know, go ahead and start calling people. If the husband doesn't answer you, call the wife, you know, and send them a text message. And by the way, guys, this is the perfect time to call people because Thanksgiving just passed by, right? So there's so many topics of conversation right now, you know. Make sure you don't go straight into like, hey, I need to go ahead and stop by and see you. No, you know, like basics, right? Common sense stuff. Just pick up the phone and call people and just say, hey, Mark, you know, how was your Thanksgiving? You know, blah, 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 right? Now, here's what I'm going to do right now, okay? I'm going to role play exactly how those phone calls are going to go. Well, I'm going to show you guys actually what I take with me when I go do these appointments before I get into that phone call, okay? So Jazz is gonna go ahead and she's gonna share the screen to share a PowerPoint with you guys, okay? And she's always like, you know, putting stuff together for me, thank God, because I could barely handle turning on my computer, right? All right, so this is what, and you can, look, I keep it simple. I keep it simple because, you know, the more we complicate things, it's not good for the person that we're sitting across from, right? So I just really quick put together this a few years ago, okay? The main thing here is obviously when you write a life insurance policy, people are going to pick two, usually two beneficiaries, right? Their primary beneficiary and their contingent. Now, if their primary beneficiary is their spouse, you don't have to give them a certificate because you met them there. Do you guys understand that? Okay. But if it's a single mom and their primary beneficiary is the sister, then you are going to put it on here. So as you can see, you're going to put the name of the beneficiary. You're going to put an address. Now, most people don't know people's addresses, right? They just know the major cross streets. So you're just going to say, what are the major cross streets for your sister? What's her phone number? And okay, this is your sister. Awesome. Okay. And then you're going to circle or highlight where it says beneficiaries. You got it? Then you're going to go ahead and let's say they only had one beneficiary on there. Okay. Well, the rest of them, I explained to the client that I have to have a sheet filled out per policy. Okay. So as you could tell, the policy number's at the top, the primary and the spouse, and the date that you collect this is also, you're going to put that on there. Okay. Now, the next step is to tell them, look, from your family, I only know you and I know your sister. That's it. Okay. Now, from personal experience from the last few months, we've had a lot of cases where we actually, it's been some cases are smooth as like, the kids are the beneficiaries and everybody understands the process really clearly. And then we've had cases where, people are like their emotions, obviously with the loss of a loved one, our heads aren't in the right place. So it's usually somebody outside of the family that helps to handle everything, right? So in that scenario, we got to make sure that we have at least, 4 to 5 emergency contacts for you. Okay. And now all these people are going to do is just simply, let us know when something happens. Okay. Or if we find out something happens, get in contact with them so that they can help us in getting all the paperwork started. Okay. So you explain to them what their job is going to be. Now you go through this and you say, so let me ask you this, Drusilla, who is your best friend? And then she'll say so-and-so. Okay, great. What are her cross streets? Más o menos, right? Her phone number. Okay, awesome. Now let me ask you this, in your family, who is your closest relative that's over 18? So-and-so. Okay, great. All right. Now who at work, who do you see on a daily basis? You're going to lunch buddy, right? See, I want to go ahead and I'm guiding their thoughts. Because if you straight out ask him, Tiffany, like, okay, so who do you want to put as your emergency contact? They're going to go ahead and they're going to say, well, you know what? Let me think about it. I'll get back to you. You don't want that. Okay. You got to guide their thoughts. And once you get this done, guys, then you're going to tell them, okay, Drusilla. So I'll role play with Drew. Okay. This is how, we do it. So Drew, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now that we've got it all filled out, here's what I want you to do, Drew. Can you do me a favor and get your phone, okay? And before the night is over tonight, send them all a quick text message or give them a call and just let them know that, your friend Yesenia is going to go ahead and reach out to them. That you have your life insurance policy with us and I need to get a really important document to their hand. Okay, so just let them know that I'm going to be giving them a call. Can you do that for me, please?
Absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. So, because I never want people to think that I'm some telemarketer or, they hang up, when they don't recognize my voice, right, or anything like that. So, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give every single one of them a call tomorrow morning. So that's why it's super important that you let them know tonight, okay? And then I'm going to pick up the phone, guys. And by the way, we fill this out, okay? And then the next sheet is going to go ahead and it's going to explain to you before you leave that house or before you get done with the Zoom, you want to get these things. And yes, these are in PDF format as well. Okay, guys. So we'll put everything on the Telegram for you guys to make it smooth and easy and all that good stuff, right? But the beneficiary information form, as you guys can see, there's 2 different ones, right? Now you want to stay organized with this. I'm telling you, because once you get it going, it's going to get crazy. Okay. So your beneficiary information form on the insured's information. Okay. So let's say Drusilla's the insured, right? So you're going to put her full name, her email address, you know, her address, her city, all that good stuff, right? And as you can tell, guys, it doesn't have like policy number, how much coverage that person has. It doesn't have any information like that, right? And you want to go ahead and let them know, let the client know, like this person isn't going to know any particular details about your policy. They're just going to know that when something happens, they got to let us know. That's it. Make sense? The second part is the beneficiary information. And then the third part, which I encourage you guys to have it pre-filled out, okay, is going to be your information as the agent. And as you guys can tell on here, there's multiple phone numbers that you can put. Okay, so you can put your office phone number. So for your office phone number, make sure, guys, if you're under RVP, put your RVP's phone number on there. Okay. And then under cell phone, put your cell phone number. You got it? And very, very important, have the client signed. I'm going to have Drusilla sign down here because when I deliver this certificate, her friend Maria can see, hey, oh, there's Drusilla's signature. Okay, this is official. Does that make sense? Okay, so you fill these out and then the next morning comes. And by the way, before you leave that house, this is really important, okay? You're going to go ahead and you're going to tell, so Drusilla, thank you so much for taking the time. You know, I know with the holidays, it's crazy times, right? You know, everybody's busy shopping, working overtime, all that good stuff, right? But let me ask you this, Drew. Would you be offended if, you know, I actually took the time to talk to your friend Maria and I showed her like exactly how we put a plan together for you? Would you be offended if I did that when I go see her?
Absolutely not. I'll be grateful that you did because she needs that.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I just want to make sure, you know, just because, you know, I value the relationship that I have with you. You've been a client of mine for, you know, going on 5 years now. And, you know, I definitely want to make sure that, you know, I let you know, right? And
Absolutely.
That's it. You're not asking, look, it's all a matter of how you say things. If I tell Drew, would it be okay, Drew, if I talk to her? Now, with Drew's personality, she would be like, yeah, of course it would be okay, right? But you don't want to ask for permission, you know? And if somebody says, Lupita, yes, I would be offended, you know, then it's like, oh, okay, whatever then. You know what I mean? But I've yet to have someone say that they would be offended that I talk to their family about this, right, guys? Okay, so is that helpful? Is that helpful? Okay.
Very helpful.
Look, guys, if you at least have 10 clients in the books, how many name slots were on that sheet? There was 6 of them. There was 6 of them, right? So if you at least have 10 clients in the books, that's 60 new leads for you. And here's the thing. If you work with a sense of urgency on this and with the right attitude, I cannot emphasize this enough, okay? But people can tell when you pick up the phone, they can tell what kind of, you know, what kind of attitude you're in. All right. So say a prayer before you pick up the phone, right? And this is how the phone call is going to go. It's going to be super simple. So I'm going to role play with Leah, right? So Leah's like, wait, what? Good morning, Leah.
Good. Good morning.
So this is what I'm going to do. Okay. So Leah is one of Drusilla's, you know, really good friends at work or whatnot. Right. So I'm going to pick up the phone, guys, and I'm going to say, hey, Leah, good morning. Good morning. Is this Leah?
Yes, this is.
Good morning, Leah. How's your day going?
It's going great. How's your day?
Good, good, good. Hey, I don't know if Drusilla told you, but my name's Yesenia. I'm actually the one that was going to be giving you a call this morning.
You know what? I think she did mention it to me. Was this about her insurance?
Yes, yes. Okay, I'm glad she did that because I never want to be that, I never want you to feel like I'm some telemarketer, or trying to give you a free cruise to somewhere, right?
No worries. It's all good.
So Leah, more than anything, like I told you, my name's Yesenia. I actually put a plan together for Drew, about 4 or 5 years ago, but one of the biggest things right now that we're getting everything organized, before the year is over is making sure that all of our clients' files are in order. And so there is a very important document that I need to get to your hands. She actually, put you down, both you and your husband down as emergency contacts, for her life insurance. So I really need to get this document in your hand and just get a chance to introduce myself, whether it's via Zoom or in person.
Okay.
But let me ask you this, would you be able to, welcome me at home or hop on a Zoom tonight for a quick 20-30 minutes?
Sure. I'm in a different state, so a Zoom would work best for me.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect. Well, thank God for Zoom, right?
Right.
Awesome, awesome. So would 6 o'clock work tonight for you guys, or do you guys want something a little bit later, like 8 o'clock?
No, I think 6 would work fine. And you said she put us down as an emergency contact?
Yes, she put you guys down as an emergency contact. I'm going to share with you tonight the details behind it all, but it's really, really important. My partner and I, we've been in the business for 10 years, and just this year alone we've had to pay multiple death claims, and every situation is different, but it's really important that we have other people outside of the family down just to be able to get a hold of someone. So it is a really important role. She trusts you a lot, obviously, she feels really comfortable with you, but I'll explain all the details tonight and, give you all the information. Does it sound good?
Yeah, that sounds fine. How about how long will it take?
It's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes, just to be on the safe side. But she did mention to me that it's both you and your husband, right? Like your husband, James, I want to say, right? Okay,
Yep,
awesome.
that's him.
Do you think he would be able to hop on also tonight? Would he be available?
Sure.
Okay, great, great. Well, listen, I'm really looking forward to meeting you face to face, right? Or, video at least, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I will see you tonight, Leah, and then, I'll go ahead and send you the Zoom link to your phone right now, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
Awesome. Take care. God bless.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's it. Okay. Look, all I could tell you is when I'm picking up the phone, I'm going to have a smile on my face. I'm not going to be an insurance agent. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be the insurance agent. Okay. I want to be Drusilla's friend that happens to be in the insurance world. Okay. And that's how it's going to go and now. Okay, I've got the appointment with James and Leah. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remember this, guys. The moment that you have that beneficiary sheet filled out, you better work with the sense of urgency because they get cold. They get cold. Okay, so you better make those phone calls today, this morning, right? If they don't answer you, send them a quick text message. If they don't answer that text message, then give Drusilla a call back and say, hey, Drew, you know what? I haven't been able to get a hold of Julio. I know you put him and his wife, Ceci, down, but I don't know if they're extremely busy or whatnot, but could you help me get a hold of them? We give it one last attempt like that. And if it's been 2, 3, 4 days that you can't get a hold of them, guys, then I would go back to Drusilla and tell her, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and, replace Julio with somebody else. Okay, because if it's this difficult to get a hold of him right now, I don't know, it just makes me a little bit nervous. And from experience, we want to go ahead and make sure we have somebody that we can get a hold of right away. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. And then guess what? Now I'm going to go and I'm going to sit down with Leah and James. Okay. And I'm going to, obviously through Zoom and all that good stuff, right? So what I'm going to do when I get there or when I log in is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get to know them for a quick, 5 minutes, right? And by the way, I'm letting Drusilla know as well. Hey, Drew, guess what? I'm delivering that emergency contact certificate to your friend Leah tonight. She sounds awesome. Hey, by the way, do they have any kids? Oh yeah, they've got, so da 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 da. Oh, okay. How old is their oldest and their little one? Oh, so and so and so and so. Okay, great. So now I'm gonna go to James and Leah knowing a little bit of information about them, right? I'm gonna know that James is a chef. So there's gonna be that connection. You go back to what you guys already know. And then from there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to say, okay, so Leah, James, let me go ahead and share with you just a quick 3-minute video as to why we're doing this appointment today. And you play that video. You play that video. Okay. And then once you play the video, then you say, now do you understand why it's so important for us to have emergency contacts? So Leah, and I'm going to be sharing my screen with the Adobe format, okay? And I'm gonna be filling out Leah's information, her email address, her actual address, okay? Another phone number for James, right? Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit email, deliver, done. Now I did my part. Now let me ask you this, Leah, okay? So role play with me, Leah, again, right?
Yep.
So Leah, thank you so much, for taking the time to get this done for your friend Drew. Okay. Let me ask you this. Okay. Has anybody ever sat down with the two of you to talk to you guys about putting a plan together to properly protect your family?
We talked about it a few times, but we never really had the chance to sit down with anybody. I think just time kind of got away from us. So no, we haven't.
Wow. Okay. So, it's usually one of those things, when people don't have their own insurance plan, it's usually because they either, they don't understand how insurance works, or they don't have someone to go to, or they just, the time just gets away from them, right? So would you be offended, Leah, if I actually took an extra 15 minutes of your time right now to show you guys how I was able to put that plan together for Drew, to give her that peace of mind, God forbid something were to happen?
No, not at all.
Okay, great. And I'm going to go straight into Dime. Okay, I'm gonna go straight into Dime, and then I'm gonna go straight into, so this is the, let me show you. So when you're transitioning into Dime, transitions in a KT are everything, guys. Okay, so from that to showing her Dime. So let me show you how we actually put a plan in place. What actually helps us determine how much coverage a family needs, right? Because I can't just, look at you guys on the screen and say, okay, Leah, I'm going to give you a couple $1 million of coverage, right? No, we got to have some kind of a format. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay. And then boom, put up some options together, get it done, right? Okay. And then just go from there. So does that make sense, guys? Okay. Look, where there's a will, there's a way, right? Okay. We got to go out and we got to do what's right for the families, guys. And at the same time, look, we got to pick ourselves up, right? Okay. So with this kind of moment, I'm telling you, it'll give you momentum like there's no tomorrow. So it'll set you up to have a December to freaking remember. I'll tell you that. And not only that, but there's still 2 days left in the month of November. Okay. So when you actually have a document that you have to deliver to someone, you can deliver it tonight. Make sense? You don't have to set up an appointment for next year. They won't give you the excuse of, oh, but can we do it after the holidays? Because now they're doing a favor for who? For a friend. Remember, people will do things for others more than they will do for themselves. It's human nature, right, guys? So Mark, I really hope that helps out. Okay. I just want to see the hierarchy explode. All right, guys, so hope that helps.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was phenomenal training. Give Yesenia a huge round of applause. And Jasmine, thank you so much behind the scenes. And that was incredible. So let's do this. Let's take some time right now. We got time to do questions. So everyone think about a question that you have and let's open it up because I promise you everybody else has questions too. So who's going to go first? All right, dang, Yesenia, you did a great job.
I have a question.
All right, go for it, Jeremy.
What program are you using to fill out the form and then give to the person via Zoom?
You can use Adobe, or you can use my personal preference one is GoodNotes. I do all my stuff on GoodNotes because I can create like, different files and stuff like that, but Adobe works perfectly fine as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. And that app, I assume it's an application, not a website, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
It's an
cool.
app. You pay for it once and you have it forever.
Cool. Okay, great. And is that something where in GoodNotes, can you create PDFs and do all that and customize it and everything like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That says yes. So yes.
Great. How much is the app?
I don't remember. It's
Yeah.
not like a lot. I think it's like
Yeah.
$14 or something like that.
So, I mean, this is the part where, you got to invest in your business, right? And that's a tool to use. I use Adobe a lot, but it has a lot of limitations on it. And you can't do a lot of stuff with Adobe. You have to pay a ridiculous amount of money. Like they want like $20 a month or something stupid.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I'm not doing that. But this GoodNote sounds great. Okay, great. What other questions y'all have? All right, I've got a couple questions. So one, Yesenia, what are some common, like if they're starting this process, right? They're doing it for the first time. So what are some common themes, like objections that they may come up into, or things that kind of trip you up, or time savers? What can they do to cut down time? Those kind of some little tricks of the trade.
Well, to cut down time, have everything ready in your iPad or whatever you're using. Okay. And if you don't have any technical, things, then, you can go online onto POL and order the booklets of the beneficiary certificates as well. They're like $2 a pack or something like that. Okay. But I would say just having everything pre-filled out. When you go and you sit down with someone that is a very organized person, even if you're doing it through Zoom, you better have your stuff organized, okay? If you don't have good handwriting, have your wife fill it out for you, okay? Have your, somebody, because believe it or not, those little things, they get in the way. They really do, okay? Yeah. But I would have all that ready. If you're gonna go see people in person, and you haven't seen them in a long time, okay, I would suggest investing a little bit and then just taking a small gift, okay? When I say a small gift, I'm talking about, look, guys, the dollar store has upgraded very much, okay? Go to the dollar store and buy a holiday mug, okay? And go to Costco and buy a big bag of chocolates and put it in and wrap it up and put a moño on it or whatever, like a little bow, right? Okay, and go deliver it. When you have a gift in hand, they will give you not 6 beneficiary certificates, they will give you referrals, okay? And every time that the conversation comes up, they'll remember you, okay? So I would say just that, being organized. And then second of all, like little objections that you'll run into are, well, can you just email it to me? Can you just text it to me? Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, like, let's say Tiffany says, oh, well, you know what? Times are busy right now, but can you just email that to me? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let her know. Absolutely. I could definitely do that. But you know what? I actually take my business really, really serious. And I really love what I do. Okay. And Drusilla has actually placed her trust in me, for the last few years. And I want to make sure that I go ahead and seal it with a kiss, So for at least 10 minutes, would you be able to hop on a Zoom tonight, just so at least you can meet me face to face, and we can exchange information? Once I have her on Zoom, then I'm going to pick up on her vibe, obviously. Okay. And we'll go from there. But okay, so if you don't close, you did your job, you delivered that, that certificate. You also met them, Okay. And pues you can only do what you can do, right? You're not gonna listen, guys. This isn't 100% ratio, okay? Like you get 6 names and you're gonna do 7,000 in personal premium from one sheet. No, okay. But at least you want to go ahead and you want to stay true to your word. Now, if somebody says, "Oh, I don't have the time," I've only had that happen once, Mark. Once. That's it. Okay. Where somebody said, like, I don't have time. This is, I've never heard of this. This is bogus. You know. Then I just told them, you know what? I completely understand where you're coming from, but I'll go ahead and reach back to Drusilla and I'll let her know, that just, right now is not the right time for her to put you on her certificate. So that's okay. No worries. You have a great day. Okay. And I'm gonna go back to Drusilla and I'm gonna get a new name.
That's good. That's
I
really
don't want
good.
to deal with that person.
Yeah, because why try to convince someone that that they're going to receive $500,000 that they don't, if they're too busy to receive $500,000, well, oh well, right? Okay, that's great. Now, can you go over the script again? Because I know you did it up front, but I'd like to close it out with that. So when you get those names, both the beneficiary and the emergency contacts. So let's say you're going to contact someone. Let's go over that one more time so everyone can hear it again.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to role play with, whoever, right? With Lupita. Okay. Lupita's right at the corner of my screen and she's been smiling the whole time. So I'm gonna pick on her. And she just got licensed. She passed her test, got licensed, guys, So if you know her personal story, she deserves another round of applause for that, right?
Proud of you, Lupita.
It was endless nights that I would see her and Drew studying here at the office, right? So proud of you, girl. But okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna role play. Lupita's gonna be Drusilla's beneficiary, right? Okay, so ring ring.
Bueno, I was
Hi, is this Lupita?
Yeah, this is her.
Hi, Lupita, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Lupita, did Drusilla tell you I was gonna be calling? By the way, this is Yesenia.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, she told you? Okay, good, good. So I was actually reaching out to you because Drusilla actually put you down as one of her beneficiaries on her life insurance policy. And there's a really important document that I need to get in your hands. Okay, so would you be able to meet me in person? Are you in Arizona by any chance? Are you in Phoenix?
Arizona,
You
yeah.
are? Okay, great. Would you be able to meet me in person? Would I be able to stop by tonight for a quick 15-20 minutes? Or would you prefer for us to hop on a Zoom?
I think in person is better. Yeah, I like
in person. Okay, great, great. So would 6 o'clock tonight work for you, Lupita, or do you need something a little bit later, like 7:30?
Yeah, can we do 7, please?
Yeah, of course, 7 o'clock. And Drusilla actually told me that you live around 99th Avenue and McDowell. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect, perfect. What is your exact address? Otherwise, I'm gonna be knocking door to door, like, is this Lupita? Is this Lupita? Right? I might run into a few, so. What's your exact address, Lupita?
Whoa, 1620.
Perfect. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for making the time to see us tonight. Listen, obviously Drusilla trusts you with her whole heart, and she's been a client of mine for a long time. Really good friend of mine as well, just awesome lady all across. So I'm really looking forward to meeting you tonight. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
Awesome, awesome. Take care, Lupita. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's it.
Beautiful. Awesome. So it's simple, right?
Very simple.
Great. Any other questions? All right. So we got our marching orders. I mean, it's simple. I mean, go back to your 17-month report, reach back out to all the clients. Yeah. Yesenia?
I think Tiffany has a question.
Oh, go for it, Tiff.
I was going to ask a question. I was just going to ask, is this something that you normally do as a part of your KT, or is it ever something you do as a part of the KT?
You can definitely do it as a part of the KT, Tiffany. Kind of kill two birds with one stone. Okay. You can definitely do it like at the end while all the documents are getting signed. You can train your new trainee to actually take over this part. Make sense?
Yeah.
Where they actually fill out everything right then and there, You know, for
Mhm.
me personally, my KTs tend to last a little bit longer than the usual. Okay. So by the time that I'm filling out the application, I've been there for like an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
But you can definitely, you know, incorporate it into that and kind of seal it with the kiss at the end.
Okay. That sounds
Absolutely.
awesome.
Awesome. Great question.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, I recorded this, so I'm gonna post it on the Telegram for you, you know, for everyone. Yeah, so Yesenia, you're gonna be a rock star. All right. So, but Yesenia, Jasmine, thank you so much for investing your energy into the hierarchy and teaching us. And so, listen, the only way this thing really works is if we work it, right? And so look at those two. Oh, what a cute couple, right? Jasmine, thanks a lot for everything. But so let's go out and kill it. Like, tonight's training is going to be phenomenal. So make sure you're a part of it. 6:30, call your team. Let's pack it out. And let's have a great day, great week. Let's close the month strong. God bless you all. Talk to you later.